I ain't ashamed to tell you. Some of your family members too around here.
And their style, their success?
We had a togetherness that I ain't seen since. We went out there to make you laugh as hard as we could. And we supported each other in that because at the end of the day, the Kings of Comedy was the whole.
Completely changes what's possible for the next generation.
I'm a grown-ass man, dog. I ain't gonna call no another dude delicious.
Black comedy has many greats, but only for kings.
What we created spawned a whole generation.
Uncut, in your face.
That guy has got it. First show I fell in love with.
Good time. Jefferson.
Some movie star, that's rare.
Fresh new energy.
Multi-dimensional. Unapologetic.
People want to see
You can't even talk about black comedy without
Step comedy. Eddie Murphy. Kings of Comedy.
Kevin Hart.
fundamental to the black culture. In the 90s, black stand-up was colorful and like, it felt very hip-hop.
It was, you don't get to tell us what to do.
Exactly.
You don't get to tell us how to be funny.
Right.
I couldn't give him no blowjob. My big ass lips, his little old dick. It wouldn't work.
90s comedians were special. Black comedy was, I think, it probably at its all-time high at that point in the 90s.
Definitely was.
I mean, we all gotta admit, the pinnacle of 90s comedy was the Kings of Comedy. All of them are major headliners. 3 of them, except for Bernie, were on major TV shows.
Steve, I just saw a rat. A big rat. A hood rat. Gold teeth, do-rag. I think he had a beeper.
So for them to come together and start selling out, you know, theaters and stadiums and arenas.
I mean, it was a perfect combination, man.
Yeah.
It summed up what 90s comedy was. I don't think any other combination could have done that.
Cheers, man. Always great seeing you brothers, man.
Always, brother.
Feels good. A lot of people.
Wait
they don't
for
think
me,
this
wait
is
for
real.
me. I'm gonna get a drink.
Oh, man. Chris Spencer.
Steve,
For
thank
sure,
you.
man. Anytime.
Some of y'all said yes
brother?
and didn't even know what I was doing.
I sure didn't know.
Steve was like, all right, well,
That's a Chris Spencer move, man. That's the clout you got, though. Like, Chris, hey, man, meet me over here Wednesday. What we doing, Chris? I'll tell you when you get there.
if you're not late, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You know, so funny, you always hear from some of our cohorts that, you know, black people don't work together in Hollywood. I don't know what that is, because I've never called you, and I've never called you, and you guys didn't say yes, or give me a quick no.
Right.
So I appreciate that you guys are here tonight.
Yeah. So I feel like we come from a generation where it's just different anyway. Like, we definitely had to be in the clubs together.
We was from the era when it was a lot of lions out there.
lions.
I'm talking about everybody had a cold sex.
That's what had me in the white rooms for so long.
I always think about me and DL. We heard of each other, and then we saw each other in the airport in St. Louis.
Okay, what
And
year
it
was
like
this?
this was early
90s, late 80s?
Maybe late 80s, yeah, late 80s. You know, everybody flying Southwest, you know what I'm saying? You know, trying not to be in the backward seats when they had the backward seats on there. Steve was almost the same way for me. Like, somebody else had mentioned him to me, and so we knew of each other. B, at the time, he was just like a big brother and a comrade all at the same time. Like, one of these people that, you know, he did a lot of comedy in Chicago, and B was one of the top ones.
If Bernie was alive today doing what Bernie was doing, bro, how far could this go? This the funniest dude I've ever been around in my life, man.
I know the first said that's a black mother that came out here. I know I'm a black mother. I know I'm black. I started to really shock y'all this evening, you know? I started wearing all black and some blue contact lenses. I'd have y'all up.
I heard said he was a bad dude out of St. Louis. I met Steve because I'd heard about him. He's a bad dude out of Cleveland. And you would hear it was mythic. It was like hearing about Bigfoot, a unicorn.
They say yachting is America's #1 sport. You don't never see none of us yachting, do you? After that first big boat ride, we kind of lost that taste for sailing.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payments could literally keep you in debt for decades. $10,000 in debt can take anywhere from 14 to 26 years to pay off if you're only paying the minimums. And that's just $10,000. I know many of us have a lot more than that. Getting started is easy, and the process has already helped over 500,000 people and counting.
I called immediately.
Congratulations, you qualify to be a part of the National Debt Relief Program. And you're not alone in that shame left. I cried. I'm debt-free. Wow, I can't thank National Debt Relief enough. I can't thank them enough.
Find out if you're eligible today. Click the link on this video and answer a few short questions. If you have $10,000 or more in debt, there's a good chance you'll qualify.
This is not too good to be true. I had an end date. I got the email, it said, congratulations, you are now debt-free. My relationship is much better now. There is this entire stress that is completely gone. I'm debt-free.
Be sure to apply before next Friday. Go ahead and click that link. You'll be glad you did.
Hello, old friend. It's been a long time.
This country is infested with all manner of scum.
Good day, sir. Madam. Look at me, scrambling around, half insane.
Stupid is the word we use around here.
Now I'm in charge.
I apologize if science is not your forte.
I'm a fighter, sir, and I'll fight to the end. It's gonna be a bloody job.
I don't think I know any other kind.
An illiterate gunslinger, you sure know how to make a girl blush.
Enjoy life! It's a beautiful struggle!
You were on a different level. Like you were, Steve Harvey was.
Yeah.
You were our Richard Pryor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I heard about you because I used to open up for Jeff Foxworth. So I knew about you in these mainstream rooms, destroying.
You ever just get tired of being poor? You ever just wake up sometime in the morning and just go, another day.
It was just a different level of comedy. And then I remember when you came to town, there was always this buzz. Cedric the Entertainer. I'm like, what's his real name? I'm like, nobody knows. And then to see you put the house in a frenzy.
Oh, you can't listen to the radio no more. You can't. I was riding around with my daughter, 6-year-old daughter, out kicking it, you know, she just singing, Freak in the morning, freak in the evening. Oh, hell no. Shit. Not my daughter. I'm coming up.
I remember the first time seeing you. It was the Bay Area Comedy Competition. Right. And I thought me, Sully, and Sean Wayans were the only black comedians in LA. And y'all was on stage, and I looked at my little joke book and was like, I am not a comedian. I am not ready for what I'm looking at.
I didn't even know it was a recession. Black people didn't know, because we've been broke forever. Black people know how to get around being broke, huh? Because we'll put some shit on layaway, won't we? Won't we?
Black comedians keep comedy clubs and venues afloat now.
Absolutely.
But back then, we were nothing.
They do.
They didn't want us to do it.
They mistreated us.
Yep. At that time, they charged black people $30 to go, because they were trying to make it cost prohibitive. They didn't want them in there.
Right.
But they said if these niggas gonna be in here, they're gonna
pay.
Yeah, I remember playing at a joint in Charlotte, and they tried to make me sign a paper that said you can't joke about white people.
White folk never get cold. They'll go to a football game outside with just paint on. It's brisk. White people let their kids make decisions. Well, you can make decisions when you're older. Not no black kids.
Like it was like, I said, nah, man, He said, well, we're not gonna let you play. I said, well, you better tell these 3 sold-out shows they gotta go.
Now the militia, these crazy motherfuckers, now these are a bunch of white dudes who are mad at the government. Now, maybe they covered this in the 65 days I was absent from history class, but the government of this country was constructed for white men by white men.
You never worked with each other because in the white clubs, they didn't hire 2 black acts ever back together. And Sid got sent home because he was working with a black dude. That's how I met him.
At the white
club.
If there was a black headliner, there was gonna be a white middler and a white
go home.
Yeah, you can't be that. And so I drove 10 hours to Dallas expecting to get this money. I get down there to do the white club. There's another black headliner. It was one of these things, like, I'm stuck, man. I mean, I'm supposed to make, I got $150 or $120. I got to stay with a girl. I took her to Applebee's when that was new. That was big time.
The salads are cold, but the fajitas are hot. and everything else is just too cool.
Don't judge
Stop
me.
it, it wasn't never.
Yeah, come on. Applebee's when it first came out, man, come on, man. That was big time.
Yeah, that was before the
Boy,
two
I
for
was
one.
somebody, you know. She was like, let me stay with her for that. You know, I was like, oh, so that was
Give me the riblets, I'm gonna give you.
like, yeah, that was my move. But then I was supposed to make 300, and they canceled it all. So I go by Steve's club, and, you know, just so happens that the headliner is bombing. And so Steve's like, man, you think you can go up and, you know, just do something with this crowd? I go up, I kill. He said, look, man, I can't promise you nothing, but come back. If this dude keep bombing, I'm gonna let you go on stage and I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, I was working, so he kept throwing me up as this surprise at the end of the night and then booked me. All of it felt like a crush. And then for somebody to see you and go, I see you. Like, you know, it's dope. So, but basically that was one of those things that we really became really tight friends from there.
Keep it tasty.
I was the first one that was paying black acts. Cause I wanted them to make money like I wanted to make money.
Right. Yeah.
So for you to come to my club and make $1,000 or $1,500 for the weekend, that's what I paid them.
Right.
That was unheard of in '89. You don't get that kind of money, man.
You would have thought I was in a slave movie when he first. That boy offered me $1,000. I was like, Mr. Harvey, sir. I sure do thank you, sir. Lord have mercy. You knows what this gonna do for my family.
You put all you missed was that
$1,000. It was.
I remember you paid me. I went back and cried because I'd never seen that.
And a plane ticket and a hotel room.
It was such a different thing because I'd never seen. I was like, this is all mine. So it wasn't that many places that black people could work, but he had this club called Buku Ray's in Dallas.
Yes, South Dallas.
Yes.
Oak Cliff.
And I remember I was on stage, and I remember you came in, and we did till like almost 6 o'clock in the morning. We were on stage till 6 o'clock in the morning, and nobody would leave.
I mean, really, that night, we didn't know it, but it was a prelude to what we were gonna do eventually.
Well, that's kind of like the beginning of the Kings.
The Kings is here. So if you're ready for the rest of the show to get started, everybody say yeah!
There's a whole history of black comedy.
We're celebrating the legends.
Eddie Murphy.
The Jeffersons.
Featuring all-star interviews.
I am not ready for what I'm looking at.
Bernie gave me the best advice.
What was that?
Be funny.
Black Comedy in America. Tuesdays at 10 on Vice.
The Kings of Comedy consist of 4 of the baddest ticket-sellingest brothers in the country today.
How can we classify these guys? Everybody had their own style.
D.L. Hughley is one of the masters of the quick wit.
It's funny because white people lay out in the sun all day long to look like niggas, which is stupid. Don't they know if they get a real good tan, look too much like a nigga, they might get laid off?
Cedric is like your uncle at the barbecue.
It's so hot, I saw a Greyhound bus and a dog was on the inside. That's what I'm thinking.
Bernie Mac is that dude.
He was the comic that would say what other comics were afraid to say.
That plane crash, excuse me, I gotta talk about it. That was some bullshit. White folks, y'all better learn how to fight. Got a butter knife, hijack a goddamn plane, that's bullshit.
Steve was just the perfect host. He brought it all together, man.
I'm just out here tripping. I'm trying to stretch the show out far as it'll go. I done drove around this raggedy town, trust me. We need to stay in here as long as we can.
I don't think he's hosting Family Feud if they didn't see Kings of Comedy.
If that's up there, I'ma shoot myself in the teeth on national TV, and I'm gonna send the tape to TMZ.
They were all A-list in the black community comics, so putting all 4 of those together was just an incredible sight to see.
I definitely want to go back to the actual beginnings of the Kings, the tour, how you guys went from theater to arenas and stadiums. What is that first year?
I remember like Walter, he did like a couple
Walter
Latham. With just Steve and Bernie before the idea grew into a big idea. Like I think. Right. And then the real first Kings of Comedy was me, Steve, and Bernie with Guy as the MC. So he would do the night.
You just sit next to a white person and say welcome?
This is Hug a White Person Day today. Hug your local white person. My man with the dreadlocks, hug him.
The guy know he was not a king, he was just the MC?
Yeah.
We reminded him of that all the time.
He definitely knew when the paychecks came out. He definitely realized, like, oh, okay.
Because I've seen a few interviews, it was like, in the beginning of the Kings, it was me, Steve.
Yeah. I mean, but he was definitely, he did his job, which was great. You know, like anybody knows, you doing an arena tour, you got 16,000 people out there, you go first.
Right.
Like, you got a job to do, and he did it.
And listen,
like,
he's very brilliant. We all know that.
All day. Like, so he set it up great, and then the next year we had a DL, and then that's when it became.
And that's when it became really the King.
Chevy trucks with power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Get all my shit done. I'm going to see the Kings. Not the Kings, the Kings. Well, goddamn it, Charlotte, I got news for you. The Kings is here.
We all had individual fame. It took a degree of self-downgrading, if you will, like to go with everybody, because we were all individually guys that were selling out 5,000 seats, 2,000 on our own. And that's enough. If you're a comedian, you like, oh,
that's
I'm
fantastic.
killing it, bro. Like, you're the...
So see, man, we come from an era when we did comedy the way it was supposed to go. Our objective on stage was to make you laugh.
Right.
It wasn't to shock you. Mm-hmm. We went out there to make you laugh as hard as we could. It's like that big movie that came out, the Titanic. The band was playing as the ship went down. Kool and the Gang would have been unplugged and shit. Man, let's get the out of here. And we supported each other in that, because at the end of the day, the Kings of Comedy was the whole. Yeah. It wasn't the individual. Yeah. If the King tour did good, we did good. Man, we got bonuses some nights. Dog, we would go home and we'd be on the plane with the money. We'd be going, is this shit real, man? Mm. And then what happened was we went to DC and we sold out a Friday, Saturday at the MCI. And then Walter came to us Sunday night, Monday morning, gave us a call and said, hey, man, what y'all doing next weekend? Right. We turned away too many people. I think we could sell out next Friday, next Saturday. Bro, these tickets ain't even been on sale.
How many seats?
It's 16,000.
So that's 16, that's
so
32,000.
We sold out 32,000 gone Friday, Saturday in DC. Mm-hmm. Well, this light-skinned brother came to the show that worked for USA Today and said, hey, man, how many newspaper articles y'all got out about y'all? And we looked at each other and went, nah, man, we never done it. He said, how many interviews have you done? No, we've never done an interview. They said, how long y'all been touring? We said, a couple years. He said, do you know you just sold out to him? I said, yeah. We done sold out every place we've ever been. He said, how? I said, we tell them on the radio we coming.
Flavor for the new millennium, also getting ready for the 5 o'clock traffic jam. What? My man, No Limit in here along with the Kings of Comedy.
Dog, we had no other way of promoting it. We just do radio, and that was it. Wasn't no social media. And next thing you know, we were on the front cover of Life section in USA Today. And after that, as soon as you put them on, it was like Jay-Z, we wasn't selling out in 2 hours or nothing. But what difference does it make? If you can't get in,